Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Wherever you are monitoring us from, it's a pleasure to have you. This is MTV Live and other media entities. We are in live interview with the Director of Press of the House of Representatives, Mr. Robert Haynes. Mr. Haynes, good to have you on this interview, sir.
Well, thank you, Haji. It's honoring to be here to inform the public. Thanks for the great job you continue to do.
The House of Representatives officially closes today and hopefully to resume on the 13th. Can you give us a little update of the activities of the House of Representatives in the first year of the 55th legislature?
Yes. So again, I want to first start up by commending all of you members of the Fourth Estate, especially those of you who have been assigned at the legislature, covering the House of Representatives on the period under review during the third quarter. So I want to extend thanks and appreciation on behalf of the House of Representatives to you and your various media platforms, informing the country on a daily basis about the workings of the Honorable House of Representatives. So yes, we started up. We should have closed on the 13th of December 2024, but we had to extend. Of course, you know there have been some conflicts up Capitol Hill at the House of Representatives. So because of that impasse, the Speaker, Honorable Reggie Nangbe-Kum, and members of leadership had to take a definite decision to extend. First and foremost, he had to apologize to the people of Liberia for the delay in doing their work. And so because of that, we had to extend to do the work of the Liberian people. In the extension aspect, we also had to look at the country national development envelope, which is the budget, the 2025 national budget. And so we had to legislate the budget, and that went on. So also part of that process, the William Albert Tupper John Chimba was caught up by fire. Because of that, not to stall the work of the Liberian people, we had to shift from up Capitol Hill to come to the municipal government of Monrovia, the Monrovia City Hall, to come here and to make sure the work of the people is being done, so that we don't have anything to hinder the work of the people of Liberia. So yes.
With all the trend of events that took place in a year on our review in 2024, how do you consider the legislature? Was it a positive year for the House of Representatives, or in your own world, how do you consider the budget?
Well, it has been challenging. Of course, yes, it hasn't been bread and butter. It has been challenging. Of course, in legislative politics, there will always be disagreement. People will agree, people will disagree to agree. But above all, Liberia comes first. And so the interests of the people stand up. And so, yes, the legislative politics will have people. That's the reason why it's paramount. That's the reason why we elected our leaders to come up Capitol Hill and represent our dreams and aspirations. And they are not going to agree on everything. People will disagree. For instance, if you submitting a bill and somebody have different idea about it, people will express their own disagreement about it. But however, the country matters. And so I want to say the year 2024 for the legislature have been challenging. But however, whatever the case is, we have transcended and we are at this point, and Liberia comes first.
Now that we are in 2025, the new legislature will be beginning. That's the second session of the 55th legislature. What do you foresee? Do you think the impasse at the House of Representatives has been settled, or are you seeing it still continuing? And what does the House hope for in 2025?
Well, we hope to do the mandate of the people as should be done. The people of Liberia elected these lawmakers to do their work, and nothing more, nothing less. And so I wanted to say to you here, folks listening and those watching, that the House of Representatives, or the 55th legislature, under the gavel of House Speaker Reggie Nangbe-Kum, is committed to doing the work of the people of Liberia, and that's the reason why he intimated clear-cut, apologized to the people for the delay in doing their work, and making sure that, in fact, after the fire got at the William Abertopper John Chamber, it still did not stop us because the fire service had, in fact, the entire Capitol building, that end of the old building is a crime scene as we speak. So fire service people have advised that we do not do business there because of, we don't know what happens. So that's the reason why we had to come over to the municipal government of Monrovia, the city hall. So look, doing the work of the people matters, and that's what the speaker intimated clear cut. So we look to see in 2025 more vigor to see lawmakers doing the work of the people. They're being elected to do the job of the people, and they're committed. So we'll see more legislations coming up, key legislation in the interest of the Republic of Liberia, and that is the reason why they elected these leaders. And so we'll look to see more of these coming up to be debated, to be discussed, to be legislated.
So you earlier on described the year on a review,
as challenging.
Yeah. Someone would like to know the stats of the year. What are some of the bills or concessions that were reviewed? And all of that, maybe you can just, for the sake of our public, you can just tell us, since it was challenging that we know, but there was some progress made, you won't mind telling us?
Well, definitely. In the midst of difficulties or in the midst of challenging times, there was some strife being made. There was some successes being made, and in a totality, we may not be able to give you in stacks, but we can be able, as intimated by the deputy speaker who read the number of sections we had, the number of bills being passed, the number of bills left in committee room. But we're able to tell you that, yes, along the time, under the period of review, there were key legislations taken. If we were to look at some of them, we'll look at the aspect of, of course, there was this situation in Bear Mountain with the citizens there. The House leadership had to intervene to make sure that peace came to our people in King George. We can speak to that, and the people today, they having a harmonious working relationship with the concessionaires, and so the people are moving. So one of such, again, in terms of successes we can put to is some of the legislations. We may not name all of them. And looking at the working relationship with they have also been intimated that, look, on the former speaker, J. Fonati Kofa, it was being spelled out that the executive and the legislature was not working. So we had to be able to have a kind of conversation to make sure that the three branches of government, though is intimated clear cut that they operate distinctly, but to work together, collaborative for the forward march of the country. And so, yes, we saw that happen. And today we are at this point.
Yeah, the Deputy Speaker in his closing remark made a significant point of having a retreat. You want to speak to that? What in the mind of the Deputy Speaker, what sort of retreat does the cause hope to hold when they resume?
Well, yes, the Deputy Speaker, who is a doyen of the legislature, he's the longest serving member of the House of Representatives since elected 2005. It's a fourth term here as a member of the House, and so he's inclined that owing to what have happened, the impasse, there have been differences. People will have to be able to, we have to mend on to move our country forward, and that's why he proposed a reconciliatory retreat, and then it's not only for lawmakers but staffers at the legislature, because during these differences, some of the staff got affected, some of the staff got involved, and so he said as a way of moving forward, throwing on the olive branch, so to see colleagues coming together and then say, let bygone be bygone, let's move our country forward. Liberia comes first in all of what we do. And so that's why he said, look, this reconciliatory something he proposing, reconciliatory retreat he's proposing for members of the House and also staffers at the House of Representatives. Let me just inform you, I know a couple of other questions will come. The Speaker of the House of Representatives is off to Accra, Ghana. He's being accompanied by 2 legislators, the chair on Foreign Affairs, Nima County Representative Neko Ige, and then the chairperson on Executive, Representative Sekou Kanin. They accompanying the Speaker to grace the inauguration of the President and Vice President-elect of Accra, Ghana, the People's Republic of Accra, Ghana. Yes, and so he's going to be there. It's a 2. He's going to be there and return. Tomorrow is the program. He returned immediately following the program. Since and will on break. More consultations are ongoing. The chairman and executive have been having a couple of meetings in preparation for the State of Nation address. It will take place on the 4th working Monday, the 27th of January. And so he's been having a couple of meetings. We've had second in the series of meeting with the Joint Security to make sure that the State of Nation address is a success.
Looking at the budget, right, there have been a public outcry that the budget was passed hastily, right? Do you think the international community would give in to support this budget?
The country national development envelope, the budget, was never passed hastily. As a matter of fact, you being a member of the 4th estate, what we did earlier, there are 2 hearings that are normally being conducted. We had a revenue component, and Spoon was there. Probably I did not see freedom, but because freedom was not free then. So and so we had the revenue component, which you would normally see that those who generate revenue, those who generate revenue will have to come, like the IRA. We put a whole invitation, we put a whole stacks of that in terms of how it was. So we have 1 whole week. The LRA, the Ministry of Finance, the LPRC, the NPA, who had NAFA coming. Those people who generate revenue. Mind you, the budget is not money. The budget is projection. So how we were to derive at that figure, the 856 million, how we were to derive at that. So there were now these legislators had to, the chairperson on Ways, Means and Finance, on a repeat jury, had to get these people come in the room. That is what they call revenue component. That went for the period of 1 week. After that period of the revenue component, then came in expenditure. The expenditure hearing is a one where you have line ministry and agency coming to defend their respective budget. All right? So it was never passed hastily, dear brother. And whether or not, look, let me say this to you. This country is not going to retrogress. This country is going to make progress, it's going to move forward. And so the budget was never passed hastily. The budget has been passed, and the Senate have concurred, and the president. In fact, look, because we operate calendar year budget, the budget is in effectuation now from the 1st of January. It's going to go all the way up to the 31st. No, I mean, what it is the budget, upon it's being signed by the president, it takes effect. So as it stands, it's moving.
So you were from the side of the embattled speaker has said that he will not step down, though you consider him as former speaker, but he's still holding on. He suspended you. You squashed the suspension, and people are still having issue with, especially those starters, including you, who on the side of the majority. Be care to comment quickly before you can close this.
Now, I never worked for suspension before because I just hear it out for you. What have happened is when you work in certain environment, what happens is we have human resource people. If you are to be communicated in terms of you being promoted or you are suspended, you are communicated to the human resource director or manager. We have to do a communication. That look, in every environment, the human resource people are the people who do hiring, and they have your file. So if you're suspended, they have to write you, and then that communication will be put in your file. We don't run government on Facebook, because somebody will call me and telling me, say, oh brother Haynes, you've been suspended. I said, well, how come that works? Because I haven't been communicated to about the human resource person. So if a leaflet was circulating on the social media saying that brother Haynes was suspended, I don't find that to be cogent. I don't find that to be relevant, because in every environment you work with Spoon. Before you got employed as Spoon, you wrote a communication to the human resource people, and they accepted you. After your vetting process, you have a file there in your human resource department. If they are writing you, that promoting you, they will write you, say, brother Chokan Flammer, you've been promoted from this level to this level, and you have that communication, and then maybe your salary now start to increase. All right, so that's how it is. I was never written about any suspension. If it was circulating on social media, I don't know about that, because I'm a professional person. I work in a civilized environment, and I know that's how it works. So if something of such was circulating on social media, I have no business taking anything serious like that, because we don't run government on Facebook anyway. But look, this country is not going to move. It's not going to go backward. You were saying something else I needed to speak to?
Yeah, and especially now, like you said that you did not see the communication from the embattled speaker side. I just want for you to maybe make this clear about the location or relocation of the majority speaker and the embattled speaker. You are the director of communication in terms of offices. The both speakers, will they exchange office, or the current embattled speaker will just remain there, and the majority speaker remain in a little office like he has currently?
I'm sure you're talking about the former speaker, J. Fonati Kofa, who is Grand Creek County District number 2 representative. And so how it works is that when you are a speaker, you have about 60 staff assigned to you in your office. When you are an ordinary lawmaker, you have 16 staff. If you are on statutory committee, it's important to inform the public. If you are on statutory committee, you have 17. One is added. That's your cook. Now, the former speaker, now being an ordinary lawmaker, he was written by the acting chief clerk, Cummings G. wrote him, all right, that you need to submit the names of your 16 staff. It's no longer 60 because he was removed. He's now speaker. So he's operating as an ordinary lawmaker. Submit the names of your 16 staff so they can be processed to take pay. That communication was written on the 11th of December 2024. So that communication basically said, look, submit the names of your 16 staff so that they can be processed to take their pay for December. As assistants, the names are not been submitted from the office of the former speaker. All right. So when you are a speaker, you get 60 staff. Now the current speaker has 60 staff working. That's how it is. It's by strict standardized protocol. It's not because somebody want to go against anybody. No, this has been a standardized procedure thing that have been working in the legislature. So it's not today or it's not yesterday. It's been created. One
so the office now.
Yes. The office of former Speaker Kofa was communicated to vacate the office of Speaker because he's not Speaker anymore. All right, and so as you heard the chair on Rules Audit Administration spoke, the Sano County District 1 representative, Honorable Romeo Kuya, had been in a negotiation. He been working along with former Speaker Kofa and the current Speaker, getting information to and fro to make sure we have a kind of smooth legislature. So he said, the former Speaker said he didn't receive any communication relative to him vacating the office of a Speaker. That was a message brought to the leadership from former Speaker Kofa by and through the Grand Creek County, Sano County Representative Romeo Kuya. All right. So then the chair now on Rules Audit Administration have mandated the acting chief clerk to now send that communication so that he gets, in fact, and Honorable Kuya said he himself is going to hand deliver it to Councillor Kofa, and that's how it is. And when that works, he's going to leave the office.
Okay.
And the former speaker is respected. Nobody going to disrespect. He got elected by his people. He's working in the interest of his people, and as a representative of Grand Creek County District number 2, all of the rights and duties to any member of the House of Representatives is accorded him. We want to be very clear with that. And so he's not going to be disrespected. He's respected. He's going to work in the interest of the country. Look, the issue of becoming speaker is first among equals. You are elected first by your people in your district or in the counties. And you come up Capitol Hill and your colleagues elect you. When they feel that they're confident they repose in you and they don't see it anymore and want to take it away, brother, that's how it works. In the legislature is numbers. If you do not have the numbers, brother, you have to rest. And that's how it works.
Thank you.
And to close shortly, upon the return of the House of Representatives, they will be moving into the main chamber. Can you tell us the status of that main chamber, the Chinese chamber?
Well, that is not our main chamber. The chamber, the annex, I show you talking about the annex built for all by the People's Republic of China. That is not our main chamber. That is a conference room. It was not intended for being a chamber. So it was just being used temporarily when we left our main chamber. The main chamber is the one built by the people of the United States of America. That's what we call the old building. That's our main chamber there.
Which is under renovation.
Which is under intense renovation. So the one there, the annex we're using temporarily, it was a conference room, but we had to use it as a chamber. So it's not our main chamber. It was vandalized.
It will still be used when you return. So what is the status of it now?
We know there are investigation ongoing because the last time we checked, the door was vandalized, and so since there is an active investigation ongoing, we don't want to prejudice that. We want to give that investigation a chance. When that is concluded, the findings will be communicated to the public.
Mr. Robert Haynes, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Again, we want to say thanks to all of the legislative reporters. You've been doing a very excellent job from the start of our section all the way to the closure. You've been doing a very good job making sure the public is informed. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Robert Haynes is the Director of Press at the House of Representatives. He's been giving us update on the activities of the House of Representatives. My name is Haji Mazari. I've been here with Chokun Flama.